This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, June 11, 2025 after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We're having a Time for Change call tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about Jubilee. We're going to talk about monies afforded to the American people. We're going to talk about Nasara. We're going to talk about several things that are on the forefront and what you see happening right now, what that means, what's going to transpire. You want to make sure that you are in a comfortable position, no outside interference or interruptions, relaxed into your body, still as a statue, focused on your breath rising and falling. There is a life-affirming spark within you that constantly nudges you towards saying yes to life. Create a yes list today. This is a list of all the things you want to say yes to. And then be prepared to be amazed. Linda McDonald. Believe it or not, yes is one of the most powerful words we can experience. The more often you say it, think it, feel it, the more naturally you'll create a positive, inspirational, and fulfilling life. It's a little experiment you can do. Repeat yes quietly in your mind while you're at home or at work. Say it while you're standing in line waiting, driving around, showering, cleaning, or walking around town. Wherever you are, just practice building up this positive subconscious influence in your inner world. If you want to become the master of your life, this is where it starts. Learning how to say yes to all of your life. Seeing that every being is your teacher, especially those you resist. They are your greatest teachers, showing you compassion, patience, and the surrender of ego. The ego is impatient because its time is limited. The spirit is patient because it knows it is eternal. Repeating yes constantly in your mind will expand your energy field, give you more confidence, boost your motivation to do the things you might have felt were impossible. Radiating a deep yes to life feels like opening yourself up to the totality of existence. Your body begins playing this game of life fully. The yes vibration makes you more receptive, surrendered, grateful for all the great goodies this loving universe is gifting to you. Every time you say yes, you're opening your heart to the lightness in life. And when the yes frequency is vibrating in your cells, it's creating a powerful resonance in your auric field. Your presence contains a highly magnetic manifestation frequency that attracts everything you desire into your world. It becomes super easy or effortless to manifest whatever you want. People just love saying yes to those who are vibrating at the yes frequency. It's really that simple. You vibrated a yes frequency, other people pick that up, and they're on the yes boat. The universe knows the perfect timing for all things that you want, Abraham Hicks. When your body and mind are a full yes to everyone and everything, you naturally see the positive aspects within every being. There is no negativity in your field. Your heart relaxes. Your mind opens. And inner peace becomes your norm. Your success in life expands in direct proportion to the number of authentic yes moments you experience every 24 hours. The more often your thoughts, emotions, and energy resonate with a clear embodied yes, the greater your manifesting power becomes. Every genuine yes is a frequency match with this universe saying, I trust you, let's create. Spill the oil lamp. Set this dry, boring place on fire. If you have ever made wanton love with God, then you have ignited that brilliant light inside that every being needs. Hafetz. Resisting, condemning, fighting, and judging are some of the biggest energy leaks in your system. They block the yes frequency from flowing through your body and life. They trap you in contraction, keeping you from choosing the expansive experiences that make your soul feel wildly alive. The moment you stop resisting what is, and you drop the unconscious habit of fighting with life, you begin to naturally open to what's here in this surrendered space. You reclaim the energy, power, and vision to manifest your dreams, embody your soul, and say a full-bodied yes to being alive. Because when you stop and look around this life is pretty amazing. Now you're probably wondering, where do healthy boundaries come into this yes paradigm? Saying yes to life doesn't mean you're saying yes to something you do not want, you don't care to have. You're not saying yes to being a slave to others' desires, rules, or regimens. You are saying yes to the sovereign God being you already are. So you're saying you're the God being. You're saying yes to you. Why would an all-powerful manifesting God being do anything that doesn't feel good? Your yes is coming from your intuition, which is connected with expansive feelings that allow for more joy and freedom in your being. Your yes is feeding on limitless joy, heart expansion, and financial abundance for all. It's aligned with a greater freedom for the future of every divine soul. Boundaries are how your yes remains sacred. They are not walls of separation, but declarations of inner clarity. A true boundary protects the joy you've worked so hard to reclaim. It guards your energy like the treasure it is and reminds this world that your time, your heart, your soul path are no longer up for negotiation. A boundary is the distance at which I can love you and still love myself. Prentice Hemphill. Your sacred no is just as holy as your yes. Saying no with love is saying yes to your soul's highest alignment. It is saying yes to the deeper intelligence guiding you from within. You do not need to explain or justify it. The vibration of truth speaks louder than any excuse ever could. For example, you come out of the grocery store. You find a scratch on your new car, right? You could get furious by saying no to the experience. You could begin refusing to be at peace with the tiny scratch and become an angry, blamer for the rest of the week. So what I mean by saying yes when something negative happens is that you choose to be in a state of peace and acceptance with it. Boundaries and this awakened paradigm are not built from fear or defensiveness. They arise from your devotion to presence, your reverence for life, your desire to live fully aligned with your soul's peace-filled frequency. You begin to realize the more precise your boundaries, the more powerful your holy, calming presence become. This universe always rises to meet a soul who knows what they are, what they truly here to say yes to. When your energy is no longer being drained by things that are not meant for you, all that divine fuel gets rerouted into what is. And suddenly you blossom in your creativity, your health, your life purpose, and loving relationships. You discover your big, beautiful, sacred mission on this earth. Be afraid of nothing. You have within you all wisdom, all power, all strength, all understanding. Eileen Keddy. Remember, this human life is like a small, fragile seed right now, needing the right nourishment, sun, air, water, to blossom into a beautiful, fragrant flower. Every time you say yes to life, you are watering your fertile soil, your soul, providing nourishment for your roots to deepen into the healing earth below. Your yes is like sunshine, feeding your new leaves so you may reach even higher toward the light. The day your first flowering bud opens, you will naturally begin giving back life energy to this universe, deeply, eternally loving everyone in your path. Yet it all begins by saying yes to the unlimited bounty of warmth, love, and connection with creation. I highly recommend watching a movie with Jim Carrey that was released back in 2008. It's called, maybe some of you have seen it, Yes Man. You haven't watched it yet, it's a must. In the story, Jim is challenged to only say yes to every opportunity that comes his way. And you get to see all the beautiful miracles that unfold in his life. It is a heartwarming story with a deep teaching that will inspire you when your mind is open and not full of skepticism, doubt, and fear. It's amazing as how accurate this movie is for real life. The moment you say a big yes to life, from your belly, heart, and sex center, you touch the innermost core of your soul's power. You begin to stir your kundalini and awaken the spiritual path that may be buried in the dark inside you. Always be yourself, because the people that mind don't matter, and the people that matter don't mind. Sometimes we need to practice for a few minutes in the morning with sincerity and an open heart before we see a shift in our energy field. I invite you right now to take this moment to explore what yes feels like in your body. Right now, say the word yes 3 times from your heart, then 3 times from your belly, then 3 times from your sex center. Let your yes get energetically louder and more passionate each time you say it inside. Notice how each different chakra center changes your experience of yourself and how you feel. This is why, the sex center, right? Chakra. We're talking how each chakra, when you say yes, from that chakra. Most people feel their energy expand, soften, glow, or become louder. The moment you feel this authentic yes inside you, it's as if joy rushes in. Life suddenly feels more possible, more vibrant, and alive. Saying this one simple word with sincerity is the ignition key to unlocking the unlimited power already inside you. And when you speak yes out loud to this universe, with your voice, even just a few times a day, you create an energetic portal in your field. It is through this shift that the goodness, doing what it can to reach you, can finally find its way in. Now, if you really truly desire or want the golden key to manifesting your dream life, and let's say 90 days or less, begin and end each day with the biggest, loudest yes your soul can summon. Scream it out into the universe and really feel it. Yell it loud so that your whole body remembers it all day long. This is the kind of yes. It feels like your dream life is already done. You've already received everything you've asked this universe for, and now you're letting that gratitude flood your entire being. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Authentic, embodied gratitude is the most powerful yes you can offer. It shows this universe you trust that the golden goodies are already on their way. You don't wait to say yes to life. Say it right now, as if your dream life is already here. Feel it. Own it. Be it. That simple act places the horse in front of the cart and gets everything moving in your favor. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. Charles R. Swindoll. Right now, this universe is offering every one of us a multitude of amazing opportunities to say yes to. We all have the option to open up to experience that will empower and enlighten our lives in the most liberating ways. From this yes frequency, you'll be absolutely blown away as to what takes place. Now, see, the ego mind's there saying, oh, this is silly. That doesn't work, and this doesn't work, and forget it. And that's a good thing, because it's worried that you'll discover just how powerful you are. And believe you me, when you do this, not faking it until you make it, but experiencing the power of yes with yourself. Now, that doesn't mean that you're, something horrible or someone comes, hey, you want to get in? Oh, yes, I do. Something despicable or, tainted or twisted or crooked or whatever. That, you're not saying yes to that. You're saying yes to the reverence and your existence as the God in that body to allowing the universe to bring in everything you ask for. And it is challenging for the majority of us on this planet because we don't believe it. We don't believe it. We think it's silly and just frivolous and a waste of time. And in actuality, they've done a good job programming us. In actuality, it's the opposite. This is our power to rediscover, if you will. Because I will guarantee you that the new earth, everyone in this new earth, will have that front and center. They will have embraced the power that they are. They'll manifest anything they choose. And it'll all be heart-minded. So what they choose will not be caustic, confrontational, dishonest, hate-filled. None of that will exist. None of it. Zero. And do you think the ego mind will be there? No, it won't be there. By its own choosing. Will your thoughts be flying all over the place, bouncing here and there? Or will you be the master and commander of your own thoughts, directing them, manifesting, creating? This is a whole different experience. It's like, you know, we've had a heck of a lot of experiences through a lot of lifetimes. All of us have, and it's been great. But now we're moving into New Earth. Why are we doing that? Because we've decided collectively that that's what we want to do. So we send it out from the highest vibrational frequency from our heart mind to this universe, and the universe begins putting it together. Is the universe part of collective consciousness? Absolutely. You're the universe is you. You're the drop of the golden ocean, right? You hold the essence of the golden ocean. You drop into the golden ocean, you become the golden ocean. See, that description right there should begin to be clear with you on exactly who and what you are. What's the illusion for us on this planet? Well, the illusion is that everything is separate, right? Separation, always separation. And in truth, it's the opposite. We create the illusion, of separation, so to do what? So we can experience. Each of us experience different things, different kinds of lives and different challenges, you name it, we experience it. And it appears to be that we're all separate. Everything's separate. And in truth, the opposite is true. We're all one. But you can see why we create this separation illusion. It's pretty easy to figure it out. It's so that each one of us can feel independent to a certain extent, an illusion of separation, so that we alone, any of us, can experience things in the life that we are in, rather than one collective. And in reality, it is one collective. All this information, all these experiences are going in with the God. What's our contribution? Well, we are the God. So we create. You heard me say that, the Big Bang theory that all these scientists had going for a long time. Now they're starting to say that that's not true. The kids grew up in school and tests and everything, Big Bang theory. And of course it's a theory, but now they're saying it's not true. Of course it isn't true. Is it that to tell the truth to the rest is that we created the universe. You look at all the experiences we've had throughout all the thousands of lifetimes. and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Figure that out. Where does all this information amass? The God. The pure consciousness. Collective consciousness. And because of all of this experience that we accumulate, we're able to create universes, star systems, you name it. We create them. You could look at the sky at night without any light pollution, which means you see a lot of stars. I mean, tons of stars. And you could look up there and say, you know what would be nice is to have a solar system or a planet that has this, 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 and this. Now, these are your thoughts coming from your heart mind, not your ego mind. And it's just random. And you let it go. You're focused on it, and you think you feel real good about it, and you just let it out, and you let it go. You have set in motion the creation of that kind of planet. And that planet will be. It's that simple. It isn't complicated. It isn't constricting. It isn't troublesome. It's with ease. All the universes in the connecting universe, you want to call it the metaverse or whatever, there's all kinds of definitions, were created by the collective consciousness. What creates the collective consciousness? Experience. It's like we experience these physical material lives, and I guarantee you that we did not, all of us, we didn't have just, like one or two lives. We've had thousands. It's what we do. And we learn and we experience, and even though we don't have memory right now, that will change, of our past lives, that we could kind of read through. Some of it, we carry it, but we don't know we have it. And this is why sometimes we'll do things in this life, and we'll say to ourselves, I've done this before. And you know what? You have. You just don't remember when it was. So, you can see the accumulation of all this knowledge. Knowledge is power. Ignorance is evil. That's been proven in our civilization on this planet for a very long time. And so we create. We continually create. We wouldn't know what to do with ourselves if we couldn't create. And see, we're all master creators, but we don't know it. We really don't know it. And if we do know it, it's not deep enough. So what we do is we work on ourselves so that we can unravel the truth, which is that we are gods in these bodies, and there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. That's it, period. We're not, okay, someone will say, well, we're human. Well, we're in human bodies. Okay? You want to call it human, homo sapien, sapien, whatever. But we're in a humanoid body. Why? Because then we can experience touch, smell, hearing, sight, then the laughter and the tears, all of it. We can experience all this stuff. You know? When you're not in the body, you don't remember what things taste like. You don't. You don't remember what a turkey tastes like. You don't remember what your favorite dessert tasted like. You don't know. It's amazing how fast it leaves. It's not recalled because you're not in the physical form anymore. As soon as you go into physical form, it's like a new experience every time because you don't remember. So the first time you have ice cream and your taste buds go, wow, you're going to want more ice cream. All this stuff that we've created to entertain ourselves is massive. It isn't light fare. It is massive. We do all this stuff we lay the groundwork so that we can lifetime after lifetime experience. And it's as simple as saying yes to ourselves. Yes to the things we want without second guessing, oh, maybe I shouldn't. That's being greedy. I should be, this way. And then you start to realize from your heart mind is that every one of us on this planet deserve the best of everything. Does it make any sense to you? We are omnipotently powerful, supreme, manifesting abundant beings that never die. Why wouldn't it be where we have exactly the lives we want? That we deserve the best of everything. Okay? Why? Why would we? Why would we say, oh, no, cannot have that life. That's too exorbitant, too luxurious. I'll just be a simple carpenter. That's silly. It really is. Why do you think that there's so much poverty in our country alone? There's so much starvation, all of the conflicts and everything? Because we don't feel within, because we don't know who and what we are, so therefore we feel guilty if we have desires, wants of good stuff. It's all it is. It's good stuff. You are a God in the body. What is better than that? You revere yourself. You pray to the God that you are. You love the God that you are. It all comes from there. We create all this stuff for our enjoyment. And yet, the majority of us won't embrace it. We won't embrace it. So this is why we have all of this illusion of separation. Or people get to the feeling where they're undeserving. Oh, they don't feel deserving of it. Well, that's because they haven't done what? Embrace who and what they are, gone within, stay within, meditate. Love all of the dark parts and the light parts of oneself. See, we're on this endless journey. Doesn't it make sense that we enjoy it? That we're not in a foot race to see who gets to the end? Because the irony to it is there is no end to it. And one might say, well, then what does it mean that you're home? We'll be home soon. Home is wherever you are. Your home that you eventually discover is the God that you are within that body. That's your home. It's not a building. It's wherever you are, your home. Because you, the God within that body, is home. Well, we've been taught that home is outside of us. It's a place that we go to. We sleep. We eat there. It shelters us from the weather. But in actuality, we're home when we finally discover the fact, and we will, that every one of us are the God within the body. You have the soul. Within the soul is the God. And that's all of us. That's every one of us. It doesn't matter where your life's at right now. Doesn't matter what you're experiencing right now. It's like I share with people. They go, "Well, okay. Who am I supposed to pray to?" What do you mean? Who am I supposed to pray to? You want to pray? Pray to the God that you are within that body. You can't get any closer than that. You can't. That's it. So you pray to the God that you are. You want to pray? Pray to the God that you are. You'll get your answers. You want to be loved? Love yourself. You're always loved, 24/7. You will not ever not be loved. You are loved all the time, deeply and eternally, by this universe, by the God that you are within that body. You're never alone either. You will never, ever be alone. You're never alone. That's ego mind. That right there is ego mind. When you no longer have the ego mind as your master and you become the master of the God, you're the God that you are, you're the master, you'll realize that you're never alone. You look at that universe, that is you, you're the universe. How can you be alone? Even the particles in our atmosphere, even the small microbes, you're surrounded by this stuff. It's just that most of us aren't in tune with it. You ever hear a piano? Someone sits down, it's been sitting for a long time, and they start to play it, and you go, no, don't play anymore. It definitely needs to be tuned. Kind of like our lives, see? A lot of us have these lives that aren't tuned. They sound really, really, they're disruptive. I'm sure a lot of you have heard not a well-tuned instrument, and then it's played. So it's like we're in the process of tuning ourselves to perfection. The gods that we are, the embracing of the God, the love for the God that we are, the embracing of the heart mind, moving out of and mastering the ego mind, the mastering of our thoughts so that we direct them perfectly to the universe to manifest them. This is just us tuning ourselves. And eventually, we tune ourselves to perfection. We are the master and commander, and we know it through heart-mindedness. This isn't ego mind. Ego mind takes the back seat, as I've said numerous times. We look at the ego mind as an ally because it teaches us a lot, and then we learn how to master it. Then we use it through the heart mind, and eventually it has found peace. That's all it's ever looked for. And it finds out that peace is within. And then it is gone. And we master our thoughts through the heart mind, through the gods that we are. And so we direct our thoughts to manifest the things that we desire or want. And then we recognize the fact, as we tune ourselves more and more, that this is easy peasy. That this is a frequency that we create for ourselves to put ourselves in a much higher frequency so that the universe's frequency meets with ours. Easy peasy. This is the transition that you're witnessing on this planet. More and more people are deciding to, on their own, without being, pushed or whatever in society, where they've just decided that I'm going to go within, I'm going to stay within. I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to discover who and what I am. I'm not going to be fearful of what I may find within me. I will embrace all things. You'll be blown away. And then you'll want to stay there. Because you're the master and commander there. You're no longer the slave. So you look at everything from a whole different perspective. And you're not judging anymore because you're not ego mind. Sure, we'll all dip in ego mind until finally ego mind is gone. But people will know that you are of heart-mindedness, not ego mind. You won't have to try and push and struggle. It'll just come natural. And other people will pick it up. Period. I'll join you in meditation. I'll return to close this out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body. Focused on your breath rising and falling. Just for today, laugh out loud for a few minutes about whatever is feeling heavy or serious for you. Laughter expands your energy field, enlightens your mental state, and opens your heart instantly. Laughter is like a mini orgasm for your soul. Lighting up your life is fun, contagious, and will heal the deepest parts of your being. You do not need a reason to laugh. Just remember what's really going on. We are all infinite spiritual beings. And these fleshy meat suits spinning on a large rock around an enormous ball of fire in a space that expands for infinity. Just picture that. Can you see how ridiculous your suffering actually is? You have come to earth to learn how to let go of your heaviness and truly celebrate this life. There's nothing as liberating as laughing out loud about everything. It's time to give yourself a big vacation from the serious mind of. Let in a deep belly laugh before your bedtime tonight. See how well you sleep. Let's really practice letting go of everything heavy, serious, and overly sensitive so that we can truly feel more free. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and following morning. And we will return here tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our time for change call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart. Allow the magic to flow in.